Hey, what's up guys? This is going to be a different video than any that I've done before. All my videos have been about quests and things like that, so I thought I would possibly do a different type of video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my top 5 tips for Will to Live for players that are just starting out. So players from about, you know, level 0 right up to level 10. So let's get cracking my top 5 tips, and here we go. Tip number 5 is this. When you are looting the things like the MTE and things like this, try and pick up unusual items. Now what I mean by that is you will get a sense of items to pick up. Right? You'll get a sense of what items are, are in abundance and what are actually quite rare. So tip number 5 is pick up unusual items. A little story is I've forgotten where I got it now, but I actually managed to get hold of a field kit. Didn't know what it was for, didn't know how to use it or anything like that, but it just so happens that later on I get a mission where I need a field kit. Right, so that's just a little example of picking up unusual items. Tip number 4. When you are starting out, you will have a base here, right? I call it a base of operations. This is where you will start your quests and things. So you'll start your quests and then you'll come to the MTE. But finally, after a little bit, you will get some missions at the mines. Now, what I mean by a base of operations is, right, a place of high traffic area. Right? Now you might think, oh well, this place is high traffic area. You're right, it is, but it's also out of the way. If this is your base of operations, right, and then later on, if you have to go to Kurovi, which is down here, right, you have to travel all that way, right? So this is my base of operations, this mine here. And what I mean by that is I bring everything here, me, and well, not everything, but this is where I try and bring everything. So, if I go into the spider cave, I'll loot and I'll bring it here. If I go to Kurovi, even though you can sell it at Kurovi, you don't actually get a lot of money for it. So it's better to do your missions. Right, there's some storage here, what you can put your stuff, but then when you are coming to this solar city here or somewhere, then bring it up here and then just store it here, and then when you've got enough, take it all up in one go and then put it in there. Right, that's what I mean by a base of operations. This to me is a high traffic area for me, because I do quite a lot of missions at the bunker and at Sunset, what do you call it, Black Sunset, but I also do quite a lot of missions in Kurovi and things like that. So yeah, so that is tip number 4, is have a base of operations. Tip number 3 is this: when you are starting out, right, you will get some missions from the gunsmith. Don't forget to check the missions at the gunsmith in Solar City, right, where you first start. He will give you quite a few missions, right, but then when you will get a mission where you need machine oil. Now I have done a YouTube video about it, about machine oil. All you have to do is come down to Kurovi and check the boxes. If you watch my YouTube video about it, it explains what to do. And then what you have to do is you have to bring some up. Right, now I think your first mission is 5 and then your next mission is 10. So collect 15 in one go, bring it all up, give it to him. He'll give you another mission for another 10 and then give it to him, and then he will give you, I think it's a receiver mission. Right, now you can do that receiver mission at level 8, right, and then the missions will stop. Now what you have to do is when you get to level 10, he will give you one more mission. So when you finish that mission and you go back and hand it you will get this gun, right? It's called a Marauder 5. Now, it's a really good gun to a point where this character's got it and my other character's got it as well. Like I say, it is a really good gun. I think you have to be about level 13 or 14 to buy this gun, but it is possible to get it at level 10. Right? So that is tip number 3. When you reach level 10, just do your final mission and get this gun. You will not regret it. The ammo's cheap as well on it. It is a really powerful gun. I use the 545 39 AP rounds, for this gun. Tip number 2 is know your limits of your character. And what I mean by that is, if you're at level 4 or something like that, you don't want to be traipsing straight across the map down to, let's say, Karovi, because you want to go exploring, because you will come across some creatures that are just far too strong for you. So dead easy. Tip number 2 is know your character limits. Work up your character before you go exploring too far. Tip number 1, be friendly. Right? I know it may sound easy, well, a simple enough rule, but my biggest tip for you is be friendly. When you come across somebody, or you see somebody in the wilderness, or somewhere, just say hi to them. Just go, hey dude, you alright? And if they answer you back, just say to them, oh, just wondering how your journey's going, how are you finding Will to Live? And just create a bit of a comfort zone between you. Now, obviously, there are people out there that you can't trust. Just a little story for you. I was teaching somebody what to do in the MTE. This guy came along and just blasted me and killed me. Now, when I was showing somebody else what to do, we were running across. He was in a field. He pointed his gun at me. He shot at me. He did hit me. So I just pointed my gun at him. 4 rounds later, he was dead. Now, that guy there, he hasn't gained anything from hitting me, from killing me, well, except for killing me, and maybe a tiny bit of loot. But what he's done is he's made an enemy of me, and plus the people that I'm with as well. So that guy, and especially now, when you can do friend or enemy, and then you can add, you can add a character, you can add, say a friend, or you can say an enemy, and then you can add them to a list of friends or enemies. So tip number 1 is try and be friendly. Right? There are people around here, that I do know. Are they really my friends? No, they're not. But you know what? They know that I'm friendly, and they know they can come up and talk to me, and they know that I'm not going to shoot them or anything like that. So yeah, so that's my that's tip number 1. So that concludes my top 5 tips for players from level 0 to 10. I do hope it helps as well. I'll give you an extra bonus tip. When you do reach level 10, make sure you get the hunter's knife as well. It is a very good knife, so an extra little tip there for you. So I do hope that you like these, and if you did, please hit the like and subscribe, leave a comment, and I promise you I will get back to you. So thank you so much for watching. It's very much appreciated, and I will see you in the next one.